Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. This has Ben Grosscup here, and we're really happy to be doing another People's Music Network song and poetry swap. This is our event, and we've got a wonderful lineup of artists today who are going to be doing different songs and poems of freedom and struggle. And because that's the name of our organization, the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. And I just wanted to say, we haven't done a live stream like this since last month. We did a whole bunch of events toward the end of January with the People's Music Network Winter Convergence, and we've taken a little break since then, but we're back here. And I like to just occasionally reflect upon kind of what it seems like the People's Music Network is here to do. And, one of the things is really to uplift the craft of music as a tool for social change, because knowing what I know about the people who started the People's Music Network, and they did that like when I was an infant, there was really an understanding that by the late 70s and early 80s, like there had already been kind of like a decline in the appreciation of music, of social justice protest songs, as they used to call them. There had been like a decline in some ways, and there was a need for the artists who are making that kind of music to band together and to actually uplift the craft and press upon the culture at large that this is important, that we're here to say something, and that this music that we do is a powerful tool. I think another thing that the People's Music Network is here to do is to strengthen the community of artists out there that is making this kind of music, because frankly, it can be a little lonely out there sometimes trying to make music on your own. And when the community comes together, I think that that's one of the things I hear a lot from people who participate in the People's Music Network, is that there's a sense that like people are strengthened by their collaboration with fellow artists. And I think another piece of what we do is we develop the skills, and whether that's how to play the guitar or how to run a live stream or how to do a home recording, all those different things are different skills that are involved in making music for social change. I forgot to mention booking gigs, all that sort of stuff that independent musicians need to do. Or maybe it's the kind of skill that happens, that gets developed in the kinds of choirs that are also active in the People's Music Network. And we are going to be hearing actually later today from some folks in Vancouver who are part of the Left Coast Labor Choir out in Vancouver, and who also have a small group ensemble. So we're going to be able to hear their live music. I'm pretty excited about that. So the mission of the People's Music Network is this: we as the People's Music Network are here to sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies who use music, poetry, and other art forms as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. And we do have upcoming events. Check out peoplesmusic.org for all those events. We have another one of these open song swaps, open to all PMN members, coming up on March 7th. So especially if you were waitlisted for today or whatever, be sure to sign up again for that wonderful event. Songs of the Spirit is coming up this Sunday. So again, February 27th, that's something to read about, to look at that on the website, peoplesmusic.org. Another thing you can do is you can share the live stream. If you'd like here, I'll put that into the chat right now. A little suggestion of how you might post something to social media saying about what the event is that we're doing right now. Get that live stream out there. Lyrics, folks may know, if you sent your lyrics ahead of time, I have them here on my computer, and I'd be able to screen share them, so that sometimes people like to see the lyrics on the screen, but then sometimes it's better just to sort of like listen, and because it will make your picture small if I do that. So maybe you want that, maybe you don't, but if you do, just give me a little message to let me know. And the format here, for those who are a little new to it, is we're offering verbal encouragement to one another. So I think that, because I said, one of the things we try to do is strengthen the community of artists that is making this music. And one of the ways we can do that is to actually speak to each other about how the music moves us. And then that feedback can be really, really useful to hear. So before you actually perform, take a minute to actually speak to the performer who came right before you, and offer a word of encouragement to them, something that's positive, something that's focused on your own experience of their piece, something that's true and something that's brief. We'll have other sessions for song critique outside of this particular session. This is not a song critique session. And then, of course, use the chat box throughout the event to offer encouragement to one another. We're going for 5 minutes for each performer, so please stick to that time limit. We're very lucky to have Galen Brandt starting us off, and I want to bring Galen on right now. Hey, Galen, how you doing?
Hello, Ben.
All right. Well, let's get us started with some music.
And thank you, Ben, for all you do for this community every single day of the year. Hello, my friends. I wrote this song the morning after I watched the inauguration of Biden and Harris, which you may remember began with Lady Gaga singing the Star-Spangled Banner and ended with Jennifer Lopez singing Amazing Grace. My friends, wherever we live, whatever country we're from, as long as we believe that war is an option, we will be absolutely right. And there will never be peace. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. I was born here in America, the land of the brave and free, where I could be the chosen one, anything I'd want to be. Then I learned a thing or two about our history, and I had to reconsider what that anthem meant to me. And I could no longer sing it as some reverential psalm, for it said to recognize my flag by the rocket and the bomb. And then later on, I traveled to some countries we had won. Oh, I'd heard the rationales. And now I saw the damage done. And I could no longer stomach all those stories we had spun. No, I could no longer justify the glories of the gun. For when we pay a visit on Iraq or Vietnam, they recognize our flag by the rocket and the bomb. And now we hail a dawn that's breaking through the dark of night. I want to see my country by a very different light. Yes, I pray to see exploding all across these skies above compassion, generosity, justice, healing, love. And now they say they'll lead us to a bright new day of hope. If we believe those words they feed us, do we hang by our own rope? Yes, I see hearts with good intentions. And I see money changing hands. Where's that liberty and justice for which this nation stands? For I see young girls in formation twirling rifles like batons. And I recognize my flag by the rocket and the bomb. Yes, I recognize my country by the rocket and the bomb. Amazing place, this sacred ground, with its wretched history. What's been so lost, it must be found, for we're blind till all can see. Yes, my country, 'tis of thee.
Thank you, Galen. I'm going to bring on our next performer. We're actually going to, I was looking for Jim Scott. We'll see if we can find him. I haven't seen him. Unmute if you're there. Maybe? Nope. Okay. Joni Calum is our next performer. Joni, this is your opportunity to say a word to Galen.
Oh, Galen, you did it again. Incredible. Just, I mean, every word exactly where it needed to be. That was beautiful.
I love you, Johnny.
Love you too. And it's definitely fortuitous that I'm coming right after you because the song I'm going to share touches on many of those same themes. Yeah, I always love your writing. I'm always rapt by what you produce.
Right back at you. I love your heart. Okay, enough from
you.
me. Joni.
So this is called I've Lost Touch with Your Heart. And I realize that title sounds like a love song, like it could be a pop song. It's not. Prepare yourself. It's a different kind of heart. And this is, to me, very much a reflection of what's going on in this country, but obviously what's going on around the world now. I know I'll never see just what you see, and you can never feel exactly what I feel. We can't expect that we'll always agree. Of course not. We've got different histories. They'd grown up together, climbed trees and ridden bikes, passed notes in every class, planned outfits every night. But sometime in high school, a quake in their earth, both of them got pregnant, just one gave birth. I know I'll never see just what you see, and you can never feel exactly what I feel. We can't expect that we'll always agree. Of course not. We've got different histories. Rolling down park hills, snowballs between the trees, had each other's backs through middle school bullies. But something slammed shut when one bought some guns. Nothing more to say, their friendship was done. We can't expect that we'll always agree. Of course not. We've got different histories. Best friends who could always talk everything through. Kids in and out of kitchens, husbands best pals too. But then a pandemic swept across the land. Suddenly they couldn't make each other understand. What happens when we disagree? When I can't see what you see? When different truths pull us apart? When I lose touch with your heart? I know I'll never see just what you see, and you can never feel exactly what I feel. We can't expect that we'll always agree. Of course not. We've got different histories.
Yay! Hey, I want to bring on Jason Baker here.
Wow, wonderful song, Joni. I love the theme of losing friends, just that way, and the way that it's been happening more and more to people is a touching theme, and you really, it almost was a little too melancholy, but I believe there's a note of hope in there as well. So I really love that song. Thank you so much for that song.
Thank you.
Now, this is, in fact, a love song, the one I'm going to do. So, well, actually, it's about love in general, and it's really, I would say, as a freedom and struggle song, it's about the freedom to love who you want and the struggle to overcome prejudice against that. It's called Any Kind of Love Is All Right. When I was a young man, I went out looking for love, told I would find an angel, told from heaven above. But I was raised like a heathen, not like kids of today. And when I found a true lover, she had to teach me to say any kind of love is all right. Any kind of love is all right. Any kind of love is all right. As long as it's love. As long as it's love. As long as it's love. And now as we grow older, we find out loving must change. Maybe we ought to try tantra, or try embracing the strange. As long as we stay together, we know we'll find our way. Because we've learned through the years, dear, to always say any kind of love is all right. Any kind of love is all right. Any kind of love is all right. As long as it's love. As long as it's love. As long as it's love. Now out on the veranda, all the people they dance. Under the moon they be shaking, do not feel romance. All the different people, be they bi, straight or gay, and all the boys and the girls there, and some you just cannot say. If I could send back a message into the past far away, I would write a new Bible, so when we pray we'd say, any kind of love is alright. Any kind of love is alright. Any kind of love is alright, as long as it's love. As long as it's love. As long as it's love. Then any kind of love is alright. Thank you.
Right on. Wow. Very cool. I especially love the guitar on that piece, but more to say about it. Let's see. Our next performer is actually a PMN newcomer. Her name is Bet Paget. Bet, welcome to the People's Music Network. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I'm so glad that I found you all. I come from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I've been writing songs about social justice since about 1990, and it's wonderful to find some kindred spirits. Jason, I loved your song. Yes, there are all kinds of love, and it's good to recognize that. One thing that we, as people, don't do often enough, and I think that's let each other know. We don't say I love you often enough, and that's somewhat what my song is about. It's about the love of my country and the events of January the 6th and how it is tearing us apart. So I call it, May I Never Live Through This Again. I will never understand how the gun got in his hand. All his neighbors said he was so shy and quiet. He's not the only troubled man. There are many more like him. Lately we've seen thousands of others. Don't want to see this again. I want our country to mend. May there never be an echo of that moment. There is trouble in our land. I want this conflict to end. May I never live through this again. We are divided on our soil. Tempers flare, tensions boil. We've lost too many sons and daughters. I've lit candles, I've said prayers, I'm not getting anywhere. Feel like nobody's listening. Don't want to see this again. I want our country to mend. May there never be an echo of that moment. There is trouble in our land. I want this conflict to end. May I never live through this again. What is the cause of all the strife? Who is wrong? Who is right? Can't we listen to each other's sides? If conversations begin, can both sides take it on the chin? Will we promise to hear every word. We need good laws, we need new bills, we need leaders on the hill to make this the last insurrection. We can't just change things with hope. We must get out and vote. Let them know we won't stand for this again. Don't want to see this again. Want our country to mend. May there never be an echo of that moment. There is trouble in our land. I want this conflict to end. May I never live through this again. Let us rise up from the dark, make a statement, leave a mark, so we never have to live through this again. Thank you.
Thank you, Bet. Thank you so much for that song. I want to bring on Seth Newton Patel, all the way from California. Hey, Seth, how you doing?
Hey, Ben. Great, thanks. And Bet, that was really moving and a gorgeous, gorgeous song, but also a really thorough plan of action for really applying the Never Again theme. So thank you so much for that. This is a new song that is more about the methodology of organizing for change, for building organization and power among working class people and at the grassroots. It's called Build the Committee. How are we gonna change all the things, get what folks deserve and need? Ordinary people can do anything with methodical organizing. So how about we build the committee? Ella Baker, William Z. Foster teach us to build a deeper roster. Worker leaders are not rare. We can find them everywhere. So how about we build a committee? And we have to recruit a lot, develop the ones we've got, always model what we teach. All count on you, you count on me. And how about we build the committee? It's a collective of the most respected, representative of the most affected, tested, effective at using our leverage. Yeah, this is the committee. My sister, brother, my sibling, let's join together in the building and let others make it their own. The least likely inspire the most. So how about we build the committee? Build the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Seth. Wow. Carrying on a tradition of labor song. You know, I like the methodology. This is good. You know, it reminds me of the Pete Seeger, you know, if you want higher wages, let me tell you what to do. I mean, it's very methodical.
Thanks.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Keeping music alive in the labor movement. I'm going to go now far to the east in the UK. I think Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Floyd Kennedy, welcome.
Thank you. Yes,
Floyd,
Liverpool,
this is your first.
Merseyside.
This is your first PMN song swap, right?
Sure is. Yeah, yeah. Just
Well,
found out about you.
first tell us a little bit about yourself, and then maybe you can tell us something about Seth.
About me, I'm I'm Australian originally, but I've lived in the UK on and off for many, many years. I'm an actor. Recently, sort of come out of the closet as a singer-songwriter and performance poet. So, and this is wonderful because back in the late 1960s, when I first arrived in the UK, I fell in with a bunch of folk singers who inducted me into the whole protest movement where, you know, we marched, we sang. Recently realizing that we've just got to do it again, basically. We thought we had the world sorted. Oh my, we were so wrong. And Seth, yeah, I support the union all along the line. That was lovely. That was a really clever song. I really enjoyed that.
Well, tell us about your song.
My song is, I actually wrote it, I had to get my calculator out 37 years ago. Back in the days when nuclear winter was our greatest fear. And then it kind of didn't seem quite so relevant, but then suddenly a couple of years ago I thought it's a climate change song. And sadly 2 days ago I realized it's still a nuclear winter potential song. It's called Sunsets and Kites, but I've had to add another line to the end of it. The idea is it's after the bombs have fallen. There used to be sunsets, there used to be golden days fading to grey. A sky full of light would fight with the night for the right to die. And there used to be rainbows, there used to be high-class hues of indigo blues. A colourful crown reaching down to the ground where gold could be found. Memory plays some funny tricks, fooling in your mind. You know you've been here before, but not like this. There was so much more. There used to be flowers, there used to be perfume trees that moved in the breeze, and creatures with wings, they'd whistle and sing such beautiful things. Memories play such funny tricks, fooling in your mind. You know you've been here before, but not like this. There was so much more. There used to be sunsets, there used to be flaming skies, scarlet with sighs. There used to be light, the world was so bright. Now there's just night, and a child with a kite. Is it past putting right?
Bravo. Floyd Kennedy, thank you so much. Very haunting. Thank you. I want to bring our next performer up, and he is it's Larry Daves, I believe. And let's see if I can bring you up, Larry, onto the screen. Go ahead and unmute if you would too. Larry, you there with us? Welcome. Go ahead and unmute yourself so we can hear you. And I think this is your first time to a People's Music Network song swap. So you get to extend a word of appreciation to our sister in Liverpool and something you heard in that. And then I want to hear a little bit more about you and where you come from, because you are new to our circle.
Yes. Again, my name is Larry Daves, and I've appreciated all of the music today. It is tremendously inspiring to see that there are artists across the world who really care about the afflictions that our people face. I am from a little town called Cokedale. Cokedale is a small community located near Trinidad, Colorado. It was originally a company town owned by the Guggenheim family. So those of you on the East Coast who get to enjoy that wonderful museum and see the tremendous art on display there, just when you go again, think about the miners and the coke tenders here in Cokedale, whose labor produced the profits that helped build that fantastic museum. I've chosen a song that really expresses my heritage. My father was a coal miner here in the Trinidad area. He and my Uncle George Sanoski both worked in the coal mines just 15 miles down the road. And I've spent my entire life as a lawyer, and it will soon become apparent, not as a performer or artist, but simply as a lawyer. But I have represented working people and folks in struggle my entire career. And with that, I'll get started. The song is Which Side Are You On? It's a great song, written originally by Florence Reese. She was the wife of a coal miner in Harlan County during ugly strike many years ago. Our country, I'm sorry, come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? My daddy was a miner, and I'm a miner's son. And I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Our country is divided. There's talk of civil war. Next fall we have elections. We can settle the score. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Don't vote for the bosses. Don't listen to their lies. We working folk don't have no choice. We must organize. We must organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? In each generation, opportunities arise. Take power from the ruling class, win the great prize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? What is the great prize, you ask? What is the great prize? A genuine democracy, delivering true equality. That is the prize. That is the prize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Destiny will reward us only if we try, but this too will elude us until we organize, unless we organize. Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Bravo, Larry. Thank you very much. Thank you for that song. Yeah, and it's a powerful song in our community, this one that you are bringing to us, and cool to hear your interpretation of where to move that song after this career you described. I want to bring on Cleo Knopp from New York City. We've got a bit of a moving west, moving east kind of thing going on here. Cleo will be our next performer. Cleo, extend a word to our new friend, Larry.
Hi, Larry. Thank you so much for singing Which Side Are You On? Because I'm really hoping people are just going to do that. They have got to choose sides, can't sit this one out. So it's such an appropriate song for these times. Thank you. Great choice. I'm going to sing a song I just made up about a day or two ago regarding the latest events. The winter cold is melting into spring, but the Cold War is freezing my mind on the memory of mass graveyards on the Russian side. Eternal flames and flowers honor millions who died. This is where the bombs fell. This is where the heart swelled back in the Second World War days. This is where the bombs fell and Russia remembers well. They don't want war again. Back in the 1940s, the fascists took Kiev, marched so many millions to their graves. Kiev fought back valiantly, and they do not want to see the Nazi powers rise again. Oh, this is where the bombs fell. This is where the heart swelled back in the Second World War days. This is where the bombs fell and Russia remembers well. They don't want war again. They don't want war again. I walk round my country, the good old USA. I see towns in ruins from sea to dream-wrecked sea, homes destroyed by speculator greed, and tent towns under cracking, creaking bridges cry. This looks like where the bombs fell, but we did it to ourselves. No foreign power took our wealth. This looks like where the bombs fell, but we don't call it war, though the pipeline burns the earth at our door. Now our leaders are beating the old war drum. We're supposed to send our anger there. They say, look at Russia, but if we look at ourselves, we'll see our people poor and the ravaged nation where we dwell. Oh, this is where the bombs fell. This is where the heart swells. This is where endless war goes on. This is where the bonds of greed sell. This is where the speculators need well. We won't let it happen anymore. No more war. No more war. No more war. Give some meaning to never again. Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you, Cleo. And good to hear some anti-war sentiment, in this moment. I want to bring on the Resistors here from Vancouver. Resistors, how you doing? Getting in formation. This is a group. Oh my goodness.
We are. Leo, thank you. What a powerful, powerful song that was. And I really like the idea of these bombs are bombs of greed. But I feel so sad right now. The whole world is just terrified of not just looking inward, but outward. What a song for our times. Woo, gave me goosebumps. Thank you. We are the Resistors. We are Janet Hall, Barb Coward, Dee Whalen, and I'm Janet Dempsey. And I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the ancestral land of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh people. They've lived and cared for this land for millennia. Now, the song we're going to sing today, we're not putting the words up because it's one sentence. And you'll probably get it after we've sung that sentence numerous times. And we want to thank the People's Music Network because through the network of the People's Music Network, we were introduced to Penny Stone. And we've fallen in love with Penny Stone in the last couple of weeks. She's quite amazing. And this is a song she wrote, and it's a quote from South Africa's Conscience, Desmond Tutu.
Do we want to turn this down a bit this way? Because he said too much ceiling before, right? Okay.
We keep on trying to see the light, despite all of the darkness. We keep on trying to see the light, despite all of the darkness. We keep on trying to see the light, despite all of the darkness, because hope is being able to see that there is light, despite all of the darkness. Hope is being able to see that there is light, despite all of the darkness. We keep on trying to see the light, despite all of the darkness. We keep on trying to see the light, despite all of the darkness, because hope is being able to see that there is light, despite all of the darkness. Hope is being able to see that there is light, despite all of the darkness. We keep on trying to see the light.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Bravo. The Resistors.
Wonderful, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's great to hear those harmonies, seeing you all together. Thank you so much. Let's see, I want to see if we can get on our next artist, Murray, I believe, Murray Keogh. Hey, go ahead and unmute there, Murray. Welcome.
Hi.
I think I met you on Zoom last month, but this is a new thing, the People's Music Network Song Swaps for you, I believe.
Yeah, I'm new to this writing songs. I write lyrics, and my best friend has the music. I've only been doing this for about 10 years. I have about 100 songs. And I keep writing them almost every day as things come up. Like, which side are you on? Was sang before. I wrote a song like that. And anyways, I'm told that I can get the song that I wanna.
Yeah, I think, Murray, go ahead and turn your video back on, and also your unmute yourself. I do have your song queued up here.
That's the lyrics, but I'm on SoundCloud.
Oh, I got it here. You have
Who
knows the mysteries of life?
Right.
I have that queued up and ready to play. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well, maybe what we do before we play it is tell us a little more about, extend a word to our friends in Vancouver, the Resistors, and then tell us a little bit about the song.
All right. I have my son-in-law is a director of a program in Brookline, Massachusetts, which is called Resist, and resist all oppression and do everything so we're on the same page. Actually, my family is all, and I sort of started with Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie many years ago, and that's where the ideas of writing songs came on. I'm 92 years old and I'm still going strong. I continue to try to do this as long as I can. Play
Fantastic.
my song.
All right. I'm about 10 seconds away from having it up here. So this is cool. So who is the singer that we're about to hear on this recording?
I was playing bridge, and everybody was musicians, and there's a sign that said guitar, and I knocked on the door. I said, "Can you sing?" I says, "Yes." We've become the best of friends, and he does all my songs. His name is John Geist.
I just have to say, I think that's a totally fascinating kind of relationship, to be a lyricist and then to make friends with a person who is willing to then sing the songs. I think that's completely awesome.
He's my best friend. I also pay him to do it, but
Sure.
he would do it anyway.
Sure. No, that's a wonderful thing. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and press the lyrics. So we're actually going to hear a MP3 recording of the song. It's called, now wait, there's a mismatch here, because the song I have here is Mysteries of Life, and the lyrics here are No Breathing Space. Is that the same song?
No. Which side are you on? That's right. It's the one that you just mentioned.
No breathing space.
No,
wait,
not that.
No.
I
my
got
song. Yeah.
Which side are you on? Oh, sorry. Who knows the mysteries of life?
I see. You know what? I understand what I did now. I made, I got confused is what happened. And I don't think I have, you know what? I don't have your lyrics right in front of me, but
I have them in front of me.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Maybe we come back to you, or well.
Can you allow him to share?
No, we can't both. No, that won't work. Good thinking though. Should we? Hey, Murray, do you want to just hear it, just audio, no visual?
All right.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll go with that. So everybody, just put your listening caps on here. Here we go.
I'll try to sing it, even though I'm not.
Well, if you sing it, you're going to want to stay on mute if you're singing it. Okay. All right.
Right.
Great. Here we go. I'm going to play the song here. This is Who Knows the Mysteries of Life.
Young men must fight when leaders beat war drums. While one side wins, all mothers mourn their sons. One side prays to their God for strength. Opponents kneel to their Lord at great length. Who knows the mysteries of life? What makes our earth wheel? For years we've only known strife. Now is the time to heal. When we place our ears to the ground, each one of us hears the same sound. Parents plead, now's the time to stop. Bind our wounds, plant seeds and harvest our crop. Who knows the mysteries of life? What makes our earth wheel? For years we've only known strife. Now is the time to heal. There comes a day when the fighting must cease. We say to hawks, now's the time for peace. We fought for years, why stop now? No one knows. Captains let sails luff when storm winds blow. Who knows the mysteries of life? What makes our earth wheel? For years we've only known strife. Now's the time to heal. Now's the time to heal.
Bravo. Murray, do you want to just turn your camera on there for a second? Yeah, you just press start video down there. Yeah, nice song.
That's me.
Well, that's great. You want to say anything else about that song?
There's a couple of I wrote when Bernie Sanders ran for president. I wrote a song, "Feel the Burn." And
But I was asking about the song we just heard.
Oh yeah, well, it's just a song that about war, and I listening to the other people, and somehow or other I'm always trying to rhyme lines with each other, but
yep.
And it just I have to fight to make it work. But
wow,
that's what I do.
Do you write the melodies too, or does your collaborator?
No,
write
I don't
melodies?
write the melody. I mean, no, I send him the lyrics, and I leave him to do the work.
My goodness, that's really cool. I really find that totally fascinating. Well, I want to bring on our next performer. Yes, I want to bring it. Her name is Jan Hilligus. Jan, welcome back to the People's Music Network. If you'd like to begin by offering a word to our friend Murray, that would be wonderful, and then we could hear a little bit about you and your song.
Okay, well, I liked it. I like the tune especially, and I've really enjoyed all the songs today. And I guess that's all I want to say about that.
That's great. Tell us where you're coming from. And
I'm Jan Hilligus. I live in Jackson, Mississippi, and I put my email address in the chat because I write a lot of songs because I want people to sing them, if possible, in rallies about things that are important. And obviously, you can tell from the name of my song that this is important. And I hope you like it and might learn it. And if you need a copy of the words or want to, or if you're going to sing it, please let me know. I would love to know that. This is it. Well, I'll say that I first wrote this song with mostly different words in 1981, and I'm sorry that I had to revise it and bring it up again, but here it is. Say no to war, say it loud, say it clear, say it now, don't let it start. Lift up your voice, let every people make their choice. Why can't we learn from Vietnam that the people make their choice? Cannot remake the human heart, but only tear the world apart. They say that national defense takes all the dollars and the cents. MX missiles, planes and guns, neutron bombs and overruns. Say no to war, say it loud, say it clear, say it now, don't let it start. Lift up your voice, let every people make their choice. US coup 8 years ago, put Ukraine right wing in control. Lower price for Russian gas, US fracking given pass. Donbass people wanted free. Many suffered horribly. US native troops and planes, language bans and fascist gangs. Say no to war. Say it loud, say it clear, say it now, don't let it start. Lift up your voice, let every people make their choice. Military contracts rise when good people close their eyes. Energy must be for all, not for greed or selfish call. Bedrock principles are fine when they suit the US line. Keep Iraq's, Afghanistan's, all the others in the past. Say no to war, say it loud, say it clear, say it now, don't let it start. Lift up your voice, let every people make their choice. Enter the US war machine. Occupations intervenes. Honest talk, deception cease. Show the world a path to peace. Say no to war. Say it loud. Say it clear. Say it now. Don't let it start. Lift up your voice. Let every people make their choice. Thank you. And I hope there are people out there who can keep a tune better than I can.
Thank you for giving some of the history of what has led up to the current conflict in Ukraine. Appreciate that. I want to bring up Donald Roby, our next performer. Donald, welcome.
Hello.
Feel free to extend a word to Jan. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is that I posted the lyrics for today's event, and those who added their lyrics, I think Jan was one of them. Let's double check here. Yeah, hers is up there, number 16 in the lyric file. So I'll repost that as well in case anybody wants to take a browse of the lyrics. And you can also reach out to Jan if you are interested in the song. So Donald, you can say a word about that last song, and then tell us about you and yourself and your song.
Well, that was a wonderful song. It was especially because there's war looming right now. It's scary. I'm thankful that there are people opposing it. I'm not a songwriter, but I tend to do Phil Oakes and Tom Paxton in these things, and this is a song by Phil Oakes and Bob Gibson, which I'm sure everyone has heard. In the state of Mississippi, many years ago, a boy of 14 years got a taste of Southern law. He saw his friend hanging, and his color was his crime, and his blood upon his jacket left a brand upon his mind. Too many martyrs and too many dead. Too many lies, too many empty words were said. Too many times for too many angry men. Oh, let it never be again. His name was Medgar Evers, and he walked his road alone, like Emmett Till and thousands more that Led's name will ever know. They tried to burn his home and they beat him to the ground, but deep inside they both knew what it took to bring him down. Too many martyrs and too many dead. Too many lies, too many empty words were said. Too many times for too many angry men. Oh, let it never be again. The killer waited by his home, hidden by the night, as Evers stepped out from the light into his rival's sight. He slowly pulled the trigger, the bullet left his side. It struck the heart of every man when Evers fell and died. Too many martyrs and too many dead. Too many lies, too many empty words were said. Too many times for too many angry men. Oh, let it never be again. And they laid him in his grave while the victory whistle sounded clear. Laid him in his grave when the victory was near. When they waited for the future, for freedom through the land, the country gained a killer and the country lost a man. Too many martyrs and too many dead. Too many lies, too many empty words were said. Too many times for too many angry men. Oh, let it never be again. Oh, let it never be again.
Thank you for that song, Donald. We love that song.
And I forgot to say it also echoed something from Bet's song, "Never Again."
Thank you. Well, I want to bring up our next performer. It's Mark Bishop Evans. Mark, great to have you back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, since the last time I saw you guys, I've moved across country. I'm now in Palm Springs area instead of the Boston area. And I moved here to retire and write songs, and ride my motorcycle, of course, but Donald, that was great. It was great to hear that song. I haven't heard it in quite a while. It was great to hear that. Thank you. The lyrics are there, but if you go to the lyric sheet, it's actually not under my name. It's under Murray's name. So it's the lyrics are.
I'm going to fix that.
Are number 15 for this song. There's obviously war going on in Europe right now, and in some other countries throughout the world. But I think often we forget that that there is a undeclared war going on in our inner cities every day and every night. And people who are born and raised there are basically born and raised in a war zone. And this song is called "No Breathing Space," and it's kind of a study in inner city life. Echoing wham from a dumpster lid slam ricochets down the dark alley. Rain gutters ran with the sap of a man, like red rivers flow through the valley. Mournful refrain from a western-bound train drifts through the dark, clinging mist. Silhouettes claim every part of the flame as the stark shadows flicker and twist. An unwanted child from a woman beguiled grows distorted by pain and disgrace. Street scum gets piled on these humans defiled, and beauty has no breathing space. The night creatures prowl 'neath a moon-tinted cow, alert to each movement and sound. And alley cats howl in a can, rank and foul, interrupted while making their rounds. And the unwanted child from a woman beguiled grows distorted by pain and disgrace.
scum gets piled on these humans defiled, and beauty has no breathing space. Cop rubber squeals when hot on the heels of the suspect for grand auto theft. Blood clots congeal on a blade of bright steel as the victim lies curled in cold death. The unwanted child from a woman beguiled grows distorted by pain and disgrace. Street scum gets piled on these humans defiled, and beauty has no breathing space. I said street scum gets piled on these humans defiled, and beauty has no breathing space.
Thank you, Mark. So I got a question about your song, Mark. So are you saying there really is no room for beauty to shine through? Because it's like I mean, one of the things too is, even in these situations of intense human deprivation, is actually how much beauty does shine through despite all that. That's the surprising thing to me.
Well, that's true, but in general, there's no room for it. It forces itself in, but there's no space made for it. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like there's a lack of
in the rest
thoughtful
of our lives,
facilitation.
There's space for beauty. There's places that we can go to find it. There's people that we know that exhibit it. But in many of the inner city situations, the only beauty that you can find is what you drag, and make for yourself and drag out of something, because there's no space made for it,
Mm-hmm. So the people who are living in the places you're talking about, they are nonetheless making it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just how it landed for me, man. I thought I'd give you a little thought about that because it's like I told everybody this wasn't a song critique session, but then I heard the song. I'm like, I'm trying to make sense of the song too, because it's like there's a lot in the song. Do you know what I mean? What you're saying. Do you have anything else you want to say about that?
I generally don't try to defend, what I write.
Yeah, right. And I don't mean to. It's not about even attacking it. It's like, hey, beauty. This is an important thing in people's lives, and
it is very narrow. It's not, it doesn't encompass all the possibilities of inner city life. It doesn't.
Right.
But it targets a sense of depression and dejection, and it was meant to do that. The idea was to target that feeling of hopelessness,
right? Which a lot of people are feeling.
That you find in those situations.
A lot of people are feeling hopelessness for a lot of reasons right now, and some places more than others. That's true. Appreciate the song.
Thank you.
Thank you kindly. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, our next performer is, so I was looking for Mary McCaffrey. I'm not seeing her. So I think we're going to move on to Rick Ward. And Rick, I I took the moderator's privilege of offering a word to Mark, but you have now the opportunity to do so as well.
Okay, well, it's really rare to hear a song on that subject, and I think it's good to give voice to the hearts that feel stepped on by things that were not under their control, and it's kind of a roundabout cry for love. It's a admonition to think about our responsibility to make space for the next generation, to give them the love that we were given, because that's in the rules, right? Everything we have is given to us, and so our main job is to pay it forward. So thank you for that considerate thought. I'm a little hard of hearing, so I didn't hear all the words, but I got the gist of it. Full disclosure here. All right. So,
you got a song for us, Rick?
I do. Well, actually, I've got a spoken word piece today. I'm going to do the intro to the song. And this is a tune that I wrote last September, and it seems so appropriate for it to be coming out at this time. This is one of the few times when I'm going to be short, so this might be good. So this is called For the Sake of Love, intro. Can you hear me all right?
It's coming in a little shaky, but it should be fine for spoken word.
Yep. Well, is it better if I put it here? Is that better sound?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. I got a brand new song for you, but first I want to just tell you about some of the ideas behind it and where they came from. The first idea came from my dad, who worked for the government in Washington, D.C. when I was in the first grade, just 10 years after the Civil Rights Act was signed into law. And one time he said to me, "We are like flowers in the garden of God, with such delightful variety. We are like flowers in the garden of God." Ever since my dad stepped beyond the veil almost 2 years ago, I keep saying it. Like, here's another cool thing my dad said. Angels look upon us and weep. I tried to look it up on the internet. I thought maybe, Shakespeare said it. Upon us and weep. I'm sorry, what? Somebody chimed in there for a minute. I thought maybe Shakespeare said it, or it's in the Bible somewhere, but no, that was my dad. Angels look upon us and weep. Which I could imagine, having to watch us mess up so much. What would you want to tell us? How about this? I'll put on my noble essay hat for a minute. I would like to suggest that the real enemy is the concept of enemies. There is no them that must be slain. Think about it. Generals tell their soldiers and the people the same thing on both sides, that they must defend their freedom, their people, and their homeland for the honor and the glory and the brotherhood of man. And the soldiers say, they must defend their freedom, their people, and their homeland for the honor and the glory. I just said there's a glitch somewhere. But that brotherhood does not extend to all of our brothers. So now we only had one problem, because the game of war makes the world an offer that they can't refuse. Right? Now picture this. So they stuck a rifle in our face for the same reason we did it to them. Now let me ask you something. Which one is right? I would like to recommend an idea for the jury to consider. I submit that we are people first, beyond all imaginary, man-made boundaries of nation and tribe and belief. We are people first, and all else is second to that. That's where we have to start. And that's the message behind this song. And I'll have to play it next time because it would exceed the absolute maximum altogether. We've gone 4.5 minutes already. So thanks for lending an ear.
Thank you, Mark. Well, that's wonderful. We will have to hear that song next time. Thanks so much for coming on. With those inspiring words. Yeah. So we'll look forward to hearing you the next time.
You got it.
Great. Well, let's see. I put myself here on the list as well. And what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about a song that I recorded earlier this month, just from home here. So it'll be, it's a little produced video, but the song is We Say NATO's Got to Go. And right now, so I'll tell you, I was singing in Washington, D.C. at a week-long mobilization that's of a bunch of different peace organizations that all were kind of uniting under the slogan "No to NATO." And in spring 2019, the NATO organization was having its big meetings, of all the NATO states, in Washington, D.C. And we were there to protest the existence of this offensive military alliance. And, much has been made of NATO recently, especially like in the last few days as the Russian invasion into Ukraine has taken place. But I think the thing to understand about it is that there's so much history to go into, and I'm not going to try to give a whole history lesson here. But since the fall of the Soviet Union, NATO has been expanding not just in the North Atlantic, like the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. No, it's also been expanding in places like South America. It has been conducting operations in Libya, which is part of Africa. NATO has become this kind of global military alliance that has really gone beyond any kind of self-defensive sort of rationale that it once had. Although NATO began before the Warsaw Pact began. But again, that's kind of another history lesson. So, it's really, the current crisis in Ukraine particularly, the song doesn't specifically get into that, but it is the threat of NATO expansion into Eastern Europe that has been posing a direct threat, a security threat to the Russian Federation. And this has been the complaint for a long time. And now it seems like, the horrible tragedy of the situation is that there's been all these years of US NATO aggression toward Russia. And now that aggression is also coming from the other side as well. But the point still remains that those of us who live in the imperial core of this, US, EU, NATO axis, our responsibility is to demilitarize our society first and foremost, and to challenge the militarists that would use an instrument like NATO to sell their weapons all over the place. So I just want to share with you guys this video, and I will put into the chat the place where you can get the YouTube link in case you feel moved to share it. And here it is. We say NATO's got to go. From Kosovo to Afghanistan to the fractured Libyan shore, the bureaucrats of NATO feed the hungry gods of war. They say that we're in danger, that's why we need more arms. But the threat of climate chaos doesn't seem to raise alarm. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go so the people can live in peace. From the USA to Poland, from Ukraine to Brazil, NATO sells the weapons and the people pay the bill. We can't afford good housing or the right to good health care. We can't afford clean water because the military left us bare. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go so the people can live in peace. NATO rules by violence, by bribes and threats and fear. But there's cracks in the foundation, and NATO's end is near. Remember what happened at Jericho? The trumpets began to sound. Joshua commanded the people to shout, and the walls came tumbling down. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go so the people can live in peace. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go so the people can live in peace. Thank you all for watching that. Yeah, and that song. One thing I forgot to mention. Thank you. One thing I forgot to mention in the introduction to that was that, of course, the song "Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho." You know, that song, that melody has been used by peace activists many times. So it's an African American spiritual with a powerful melody, and I think I've heard that Fred Small was singing "We Say the Nukes Have Got to Go" like back in the 1970s or something with the anti-nuclear movement. I first kind of got the idea for a song using kind of like that from Charlie King had written "We Say the Drones Have Got to Go," and he was singing that on a peace walk protesting against drone warfare. So thank you, Charlie, for the inspiration. And actually Charlie King wrote that last verse, the one about remember what happened at Jericho. So thank you all for the comments. Now I want to see we still have a little time here, and looking to the wait list here, we have Michael and Nell. I was wondering if Michael and Nell were feeling moved to step up to the stage. What do you say, Michael and Nell?
Yeah, we'll do it. We were so far down on the wait list. We figured, well, you know, we're probably not going to be on today, so we kind of had to scramble here to get our thing going so we could play a song for you.
Oh, we're glad you could make it. Yeah.
So we're going to do a song that's on our album, and it's called "Light in the Forest." It is a beautiful song. The words were written by a friend of mine, and I wrote the music. And it's about Henry David Thoreau, who, those of you who know your history, who went to Walden Pond and wrote his books about civil disobedience, and he's also considered the grandfather of the environmental movement by many people. So we're going to do that song for you today.
Yeah,
Let me grab my fiddle.
Before we start, I just want to say something about your song, Ben, that you just played, the NATO song. I've heard you do that several times now, and it feels like it's really settling in. Every time you do it, it sounds just a little more there, you know.
Yeah, and we sang it. We sang it at a demonstration here in Nashville.
That's right, we did.
At an anti-war demonstration, we had reading the lyrics. We just learned it, you know, like. So we didn't do it. I wouldn't say we did the greatest version of it ever. We sang it a cappella because it was too cold for us to bring our instruments out there. But since then, you sent me a copy of it, and I passed recording you did, Ben, and I passed it on to the Nashville Peace and Justice Center. They wanted it. So they're getting it out, just to let you know it's getting around.
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Whoops. Let me ask you first, Ben, is our sound okay?
Yeah.
Are we good? Are we good? Okay.
I dig it.
All right. Concord was growing in quiet desperation as you searched the woods for a simpler way. Pine for the fire and berries for supper and truth for the pages you wrote every day. You gave the world a light in the forest, simple reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. Your hut by the ponds now a pile of rubble, where pilgrims contribute one stone at a time. For 2 years you lived there alone in the forest, you made it your home. We've made it a shrine. You gave the world a light in the forest, simple reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. You died believing your life was a failure, verses and journals all written in vain. But 100 years later, your light is still shining, and millions of people are touched by your flame. You wrote a book about simplified living, respecting nature, protesting war. You wrote the book about passive resistance that Gandhi would quote while he sat on the floor. You gave the world a light in the forest, brilliant reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. Henry David Thoreau.
What a sweet song.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the little trivia bit about the song is that the lyrics were written by a man who was a retired New York City police officer.
Really? Huh.
How about that?
You don't look, not what you're expecting.
Don't hear that every day from a cop, yeah. That's a really cool song. And I'm sticking to it. I like the song.
We recorded that on our Welcome Home album.
Yeah, we got a cello on our recording. For years, I wanted to put a cello on there. We finally got this wonderful cello player to record with us, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's good to see you, man.
Wonderful. So let me just see here. Okay, so we have had an amazing evening, late afternoon. We had some folks who canceled, and I'm really glad some of the folks from the wait list were able to come on. I think I'm going to cut it there, and I want to. People have the ability.
Hi, I got to check in late. I'm sorry, I wasn't very. There's
is that
stuff going
Jenny?
on in my house. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
think you'd get to
sure.
the wait list. I was just going to tune in to listen to
You ready?
everybody. Yeah, if it's okay to just go with the sound, would
All
that
right.
be
Jenny Amanda
okay?
Hurwitz,
Okay,
everyone.
but give me 2 minutes. Maybe talk
2
amongst
minutes.
yourselves so I can
Well, we'll
grab my
see.
guitar.
Okay.
Let me see.
I think we could do that. 2 minutes sounds fine. So, what I'll tell you all a little bit about while we're waiting for our final act is just some of the upcoming events. Peoplesmusic.org. It's funny with these live streams, my computer starts going a little slower the further into the live stream we go. I don't know. It's like some like all this data is piling up or something. But here it is. This is the PMN website. We got all kinds of things on here. We have our Facebook live stream embedded into the page. So right here shows the beginning of our live stream. And you can if you're new to the PMN website, peoplesmusic.org, you can go to this section here. That's PMN's upcoming online events. And you can also go to events here and then online events. And try that again. And then this shows you all the pictures of all the things that are coming up if you do it from this direction. So that's the one we're in right now, February 25th. And then again, Songs of the Spirit is coming up this coming Sunday. That's participatory singing. For folks who haven't done that, it kind of grows out of a tradition that we've been doing at the People's Music Network for many years of people who kind of sing songs that are easy to learn, easy to pick up quickly. And then it's also without instruments. So kind of an interesting tradition has emerged out of Songs of the Spirit, particularly since we've been starting to do it on Zoom for many years. And then we'll have another event pretty similar to this one coming up on Monday, March 7th. There'll be other events coming up in March as well. So please stay tuned for other ways to connect with this community. Yeah. So I think we will see where Jenny is at, and go ahead and unmute when you're ready for us, Jenny.
Yeah, just digging out a song here. I'm sorry. Just been one of those days. I don't know if while I'm digging, you would like to, Sammy Rose, would you like to sing something? What? Do you want to sing? You've been singing like
put her on the spot.
The Sia song. No. Oh, okay. She's been singing the storm lately.
Nice try.
I tried. She's really good. She sings much better than me. I'm just looking for.
Well, take your time. So
Ben, I think Barbara has a song.
Is that right? All right.
Yes.
Barbara, you ready? Barbara, you are not coming through, but you're not muted, but your sound isn't coming through. Could be a mic is not selected kind of issue. Thanks for bearing with us on the wait list. I always try to program it all out, but then sometimes people don't show up.
Now you can hear me probably.
I can hear you now, Barbara.
I didn't expect to be on, and I thought for some reason it started at 6, and then I took a look at it. Oh no!
It started at 4
forgive me being late.
Eastern
I
time.
didn't want to be rude, but I guess I'm ready if you want me
Well,
to.
give us a song, Barbara. Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to have to move my chair out of the way.
All right. Good, everybody. This is Barbara Diskant coming from the state of New York.
Yep, way western New York State, maple syrup country, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just invested in a video capture thing and learned how to use it. And I feel like I want to thank Ben for giving me the confidence to dig into tech stuff. You know, I really do. I don't think if I sounded like a foghorn, it would probably be because he hadn't helped me out.
Well, it can be intimidating, that tech stuff.
Otherwise known as, if anyone needs any technical help, go get on one of those things. Ben will get you on. Okay, I'm singing a song. I was originally going to sing another one, but I just don't want something quite as sad for now. But it's called Make It Better.
It's the story of some of you have heard it, it's the story of two teens, story of two teens and two mothers. And the second teen is my daughter Nadine. Melissa was... I'm in the wrong key. Melissa was a happy girl, loving and loved too, with big brown eyes, off to college and her dreams, and then one day leukemia came. She fought with power and grace, strong as a willow tree, embraced by family, living life fully, till 2 years later it took her away. She often felt alone. There were playgroups for children, circles for women, but she was neither one of these. And it's hard enough just to be a teen. She wrote long letters, made gifts for her friends, traveled with her family, took class to the end. And just 3 days before she died, while sitting by her mother's side, she said, "Mother, if you've learned anything from this, take what you've learned and do something to make it better. Oh, Mother, if you've learned anything from this, take what you've learned and do something to make it better." Lauren walked in tears of grief. She planted a garden, roses and lilacs, geraniums, lilies and daisies, and then one day a vision came. A place where teens could belong, teens living with cancer, to be together, to share the journey wherever it led, and never be alone. It started small in her living room, earnest conversations, a splash in the pool, and time went on, the word had grown. TLC moved into a place of its own, with outings and gatherings, traveling about, a friendly place to just hang out, a voice in this community. Melissa's living, loving legacy. Oh, Mother, if you've learned anything from this, take what you've learned and do something to make it better. Nadine was a happy girl, loving and loved too, with fawn-colored hair, playing her flute like moonbeams, and then one day leukemia came. In the midst of the shock and the pain came an invitation to Melissa's garden, greeted with hugs and exuberance. She knew she was one of them. She almost didn't go, it might be too gloomy. Her laughter won her over, and it was perfect. They shared the joys, they shared the pain. They saw her off to college just the other day. Her picture hangs upon their wall, with survivors, some still fighting, and those who've passed on for the gift of love and lifelong friends. Our gratitude to TLC will never end, and here I stand, though I don't know yet what it will be. I'm gonna take what I've learned and do something to make it better. Oh, standing in the light of Melissa and Lauren's love, I'm gonna take what I've learned and do something to make it better. Imagine the world if no matter what places we have been, we all take what we've learned and do something to make it better. What a wonderful world if no matter what places we have been, we all take what we've learned and do something to make it better. Oh, Mother, if you've learned anything from this, take what you've learned and do something to make it better.
Thank you.
Barbara Discant, thank you very much. Bravo. We got a comment here from Cleo. Barbara, very beautiful, personal, emotional, and warm. Humanizing cancer. So often people become identified with such a disease and lost their individuality. Thank you for that comment. Thank you for that song. I want to bring on Jenny Amanda Hurwitz.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up myself.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi. Okay. Oh, there you go. And mute myself. Yeah, I love that song, Barbara. And I'm always so glad when I see and hear about Nadine doing so well. Though I'm sorry about the girl who didn't make it. And wow, it's just an incredible song. Beautiful. And so. The news has been so crazy the last few days. I've been working on some songs. I've been changing them as things change, and this is just a reminder of the after effects of war. It's based on a neighbor of mine whose name was not Edgar, but to protect his privacy, I called it Edgar's Army, and you would hear him kind of raving in his apartment, and he was a Vietnam veteran. So I wrote this back in 88 or so. Okay. Edgar goes to the grocery store, a carton of milk, and counts the change, responds hello. Edgar goes to the grocery store, but when he gets home and closes the door, they're waiting to take him back to the Vietnam War. He's skating away. He's skating away. He's flying. Monsoon rain, no escape from the mud. You light a match, burn a village hut. They look like Mom and Pop. Flash of white heat, something wet by your side. In slow dream move, raise your hand to your eyes. You're gliding down a frozen lake under Iowa skies. He's skating away. He's skating away. He's flying.
hear him through the towel we share while brushing my teeth and trimming my hair. Don't notice much anymore or care. Beating his wet chest with his hard fist, raving in disembodied voices. What was that? My startled friends asked. Bloody one soaks the faded flowered chair. It's Edgar's army. One chews a cold cigarette, rocking the helmet on his hair. It's Edgar's army, wearing your burnt uniform. One waits in the bathroom mirror. Where are your kin? Where's the hells of EA? Did they say we have an uncle, but he lives far away? He calls on holidays. Was it you that they say on the roof Saturday? All over yourself, slashing away in a soft broke super Tom coaxing. Please hand him the blade and come away. He's skating away. He's skating away. He's flying. And he did survive that, but anyway, thanks. I hope things get better. My neighbor. But I have to go back and listen to the recording of the. I was just busy with some other stuff.
That's archived, so you can do that. No problem. Thank you for the song, Jenny. Bob Brashear.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good. I really want to thank Jenny for that reminder of the long-lasting effects of what we put people through and how we've really failed to take care of people who have been through this. So, Jenny, that was very well done, and we got a really good picture of the person on the other side. So thanks very much. I had a song that I was going to do that was an original, but the events of the last couple of days have sort of changed my mind, so I'm going to do something else. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls pick them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Gone to young men, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone to soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long, long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Such a long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Gone to flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Bob, that was fabulous. One thing I got to tell you about your rendition of "Where Have All the Flowers Gone." I've always heard that song as kind of like a let's be pretty about it, like let's sing it all pretty and stuff. But
Yeah.
you captured like, no, fuck this, angry, like these war makers doing the same stupid thing over and over again.
That's what I
This
feel,
pisses
yeah.
me off. I got that.
Yeah.
I learned that at camp, and I think I just remember everybody trying to sing it all pretty, and is we had enough of that. Okay, that was good. That was great.
Thanks.
Friends, I think that we have come to the end. It's actually 6:00, so we're like right on time. So thank you, Bob. Thank you, everyone who performed today. And if you haven't joined the People's Music Network, what's stopping you? peoplesmusic.org. We got lots of events happening in here regularly. Thank you very much for being part of this. I will